everyone, it's Max, and today I am here with my reading plans for the second half of 2021. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure when this video is gonna go up, if it's gonna go up in July or August, so either way, it is going to already be into the second half of the year, but this is a video that I am pre-filming to go up while I am in Egypt, so we'll see what happens. So, I don't have any real plans for this video, except to talk about a few series specifically. This might be a little crazy. It might be all over the place. It might be really short. We shall see. But let's first talk about a series that I will be finishing, or a reading journey that I've been on that I will be finishing in June, and that is the Turtle Universe journey. By the time this video goes out, I will have read every single book that Tamora Pierce has published in the Turtle universe, starting with Alana's series through to Numera's prequel series, which right now is just Tempest and Slaughter. It's been a while. It's been a year and a half in the making. I've read a Tamora Pierce book a month for the past 18 months, so here we are. Can we believe it? I know I can't. I'm so happy. I've enjoyed all of them. My favorite was, I want to say, one of the Alana books. I'm not sure which one. I want to say like the first or second. And then my least favorite so far has been Trickster's Choice. When I'm filming this, I have not read Trickster's Queen nor Tempest and Slaughter. So one of those I might hate more. I didn't hate Trickster's Choice. I just did not really enjoy it. It feels just like so random and not like the journeys that we have been on with most of the characters in this universe. Most of the time we are following them from the time they're like 11 until they are an adult. And it's just such a great journey to watch them go on and grow. And this is just started when she's like older, I want to say, but she's just annoying and I don't like her. I've also found that I have a really big problem with reading books where our main characters from other series are the parents, because most of the time they kind of suck. And that is the case in this, where like Alana literally says to Allie, she was like, I sucked at being a mom. I'm like, that is not what I wanted. I loved Alana. She's my favorite Tamora Pierce protagonist. So why make her a terrible mom? I just don't get it and I don't like it. This is the same thing that happened with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And then while the characters from the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare aren't bad parents in the Last Hour series, they're like stupidly ignorant of like what's going on around them. And I just can't stand it because I love these characters so much and they are just like butchering them by making them like bad parents, and I hate it. But I am almost done with it and I'm so happy. I've enjoyed it so much, and stay tuned for a How to Read Tamora Pierce video where I talk all about like what I would suggest being the reading order. I'm very excited to make it and we'll see how it goes. But saying that, I am finishing a huge journey and I have 3 journeys I am starting. It's a lot. It's gonna be a lot. But here we go. And the main reason is because I am taking 3 trilogies that are part of bigger series with me to Egypt, because when I travel, when I go on long trips with long plane rides, I want some big fantasy. I want to kind of kickstart and get into some books that I have held off on, because what is a better time to do it than when they are literally the only things I have to read. I love doing this when I go on trips. I usually do take big books with me and try and like knock out some books I've been on like age-long TBRs. The last time was when I went to Egypt and I took Dune and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think that's what it was called. I didn't really like either of them, but big books. And that is my plan this time as well. The first trilogy I'm going to talk about is the Blade Itself trilogy by Joe Abercrombie, starting with The Blade Itself, Before They Are Hanged, and then Last Argument of Kings. I have heard amazing things about this trilogy, and it is part of a bigger world that I am going to get into. I am so excited about this. What I am really happy about is that I found a reading order where it also talks about short stories that you should read in between books and before books and everything. And I found that and I bought that book on my Kindle, and I read the short stories that I needed to read before the Blade itself, and it ended up working out so well. And because one, I realized I love his writing. I think it's really great. I am really interested in these characters. And two, one of the characters in one of the short stories is one of the main characters in the Blade itself. So I'm so happy that I read it because it honestly gave a great insight into this character, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So I'm really, really pumped. This is a big political fantasy with war and countries and all that good stuff. I believe there's religion that's part of it in, like, you know, probably like religion versus politics. And I'm just so excited. The reason why I'm not giving a better synopsis is because there's quotes on the back, and I don't want to read like the backs of the other two to spoil myself. So I don't know, like, I read it on Goodreads, but I read it a while ago. I just know we follow like 4 or 5 main characters, and I am so excited. So I am planning on reading these June and July. I'm not sure like when exactly I'll be reading them because I'll be on my trip, so I don't know like how fast I'll be able to get through them, etc. But I definitely want to finish these on the trip. Right, and then I probably should have planned a little better because I do own most of these books. So I could have been talking about them, but they're not with me. I am house sitting, so I did not bring them with me. I think understandably. But I am now gonna go for just the rest of the year and the books that I am planning on reading. Thankfully, with this series, I will be able to finish it in December, or catch up at least, because one series there are books being published as we speak. And so I'll be able to catch up by December and have this series wrapped up and be caught up by the end of 2021. The book that I wanna read in August is Best Served Cold. The book I wanna read in September is The Heroes. And in October, I wanna read Red Country. November, A Little Hatred, and then December is The Trouble with Peace. And then by that point, I will be all caught up. I do believe there are still going to be books being published, unless the Little Hatred series is just a duology, but I'll be caught up and ready to like continue the series as the books come out, which is gonna be really, really exciting. I do have a lot of short stories that I did not talk about. There's a lot of them, but I will be reading them interspersed between the books as I go. I'm not going to take months just to read the short stories. It is going to be reading the short stories as I go along and when I can. Most of them were really short to start off with, so I'm confident that I'll be able to read them as well as the specific books to be caught up and finished by the end of 2021. Next series I'm going to talk about is the Long Haul. This is the Long Haul. This is kind of my Tamora Pierce, but maybe even longer. I did space it out and everything on my, in a notebook, which again, don't have with me, but that is Mercedes Lackey's Valdemar World series. This is so many books. I mean, so many. I'm pretty sure this is gonna take me over 2 years, but you know, why not have that? Why not have that goal? I am currently reading Take a Thief by Mercedes Lackey right now, and here's the problem. I found a Reddit thread that talked about like what they suggest the reading order be, but I like to read things chronological, not in the time of like the publishing order, but in the time of like when it happened in the Valdemar universe. I feel like there's an unfortunate shadow right between my eyebrows where it kind of looks like I have a unibrow, and that kind of sucks, gonna be honest. Let's see if that helps. But problem is I already bought these 2 compendiums, so I am gonna start with the last Harold Mage trilogy, and then if I finish the Blade itself trilogy, this trilogy, and the next trilogy I'm gonna talk about, then I will also pick up the complete Arrows trilogy. But if I do not, I'm going to save this until I have hit this series in the reading order. I am really hoping that this works. I hope I'm not too confused. I did start, and I've read Exile's Honor, and I'm currently reading Take a Thief, and I wanna read Exile's Valor in May as well. This is because I thought I was gonna start with the complete Arrows trilogy because this is her debut trilogy. And I thought because those 3 books are prequels that they talk about like the origin stories of a couple of the characters in this trilogy, I thought I'd start with them. Bad idea, but for the rest of the year, this is a long series. This is going to take, there are 45 works. Now I am going to cut through a couple of the series that aren't, I don't know, as popular or as I think important, and that is like all these spy series slash, like, I think there's something about like schools, and then go back, like, yeah, the Collegium Chronicles. I don't know. Let me know if you have read any Mercedes Lackey books and what you suggest down below. I think I'd save those because I've heard more about some of these other series, and I know that some of these, like the Collegium and everything, they were written later and then just like placed in the histrionics. We'll see. But the book that I want to read in August is The Black Griffin, which is the first book of the Mage Wars series. Then in September, it will be The White Griffin, which is book 2 in the Mage Wars series. And then to finish it out in October, it is The Silver Griffin, which is book 3, and that finishes the trilogy. Don't know what it's about. I'm not gonna go into what this is about because I honestly don't really know. And then the next book I'm going to read for November is Beyond, which is the book 1 of the Founding of Valdemar series. This is the only book that is out right now, but it comes right after the Griffin War series, or the Mage Wars series. Now that is, it has been like the most recently published. It was published this year, so I probably shouldn't, actually it hasn't been published yet. So maybe I shouldn't read this one either, but if it's the Founding of Valdemar, I think that would be really fun to read. So I think I'm gonna do it because, again, and this is like stupid anal things, I don't want to start a series and get 2 books into it by the end of 2021. I would rather read 2 books that either are standalones or don't have the sequel out yet to round out 2021. And because Beyond hasn't even come out yet, it is the first and only book of this Founding of Valdemar series. And then to round out 2021, in December, I'm going to be reading Brightly Burning, which it just shows it's Valdemar number 8, so it doesn't include like those, there are 2 series, there are 3 series that come before that I didn't talk about, but one of them is the last Harold Mage trilogy, so I will be reading this. The other one is this Collegium series that's like 8 books, 5 books, and then it's like some spy books. And I don't know. I just don't know if that's necessary because when I look at things, neither of those series comes up. And then the next are like Vows and Honor series, which do come up and I will definitely be reading. So that is my plan for the rest of 2021 with that series. And then the last series I'm going to talk about is the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind, starting with Wizard's First Rule and then Stone of Tears and rounding out Blood of the Fold. I'm going to be reading these on my travels. These are huge. Like this one is over 1,000 pages. This one's 800 and something. This one is 600 something. Definitely the shortest, but I am so excited. And then I am doing this one a little bit differently, and that's because there are 15 books in this overall big series. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to read the first 3 in July and August, or I'm sorry, June and July, and then I'm going to hold off until 2022 because then I'll have 12 books to read, 1 per month. I'll finish it in 2022, and that works perfectly because I will then have finished this whole series because I'm able to finish it by the end of 2021. And the only series I'm going to drag out through both is the Valdemar series, which is going to take a long time. A long time if I end up enjoying it, which I'm enjoying. Like I've enjoyed the Mercedes Lackey that I've read so far, so I am hoping that I do enjoy it. What I do want to turn this into is kind of what I've been doing with Tamora Pierce, where I listen to the audiobooks. But of course that is besides these 2 series because I own them, but other than that, I want the Mercedes Lackey book a month to be my audiobook of the month because I just think that works out so well, and just like, so I don't keep having to buy book after book after book and end up with, what was it, 48 books or something. I can just keep swapping out Audible credits or find them through like my library and go that route. And I'm hoping that it works out really well. All right, everyone, that is basically it for like serious reading plans for the rest of 2021. Other than this, I am just reading the books that I own and continuously buying more because who doesn't love buying books? So I hope you all enjoyed. This video ended up being a lot longer than I expected, but I'm actually pretty happy about it because I didn't think it was going to be this long. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!